how I'm either a tanky or a DGG'er for not
No,
liking Vaush.
first of all, I just want to know what your politics are like because I just got randomly recommended your stream
Well,
on
hold
Twitch.
on. You made a assumption. You made a very blatant assumption of my content. All right. You said
Okay.
anybody that hates Vaush is either a tanky or a DGG'er. All right. That's what you said. Right.
Yep.
All right. Can you tell me, in your mind, where does Mike from PA fall under that scale?
Well, I mean, he's as dumb as a tanky, so
So when we say he's a tanky, what we mean is he's as dumb as a tanky.
yeah.
Okay. So do you think that we probably shouldn't be misusing words like this?
Um, I don't know. I
Okay.
mean, well, what's your politics? You haven't told me yet.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to establish your at the jump position that you made, accusing people who disagree with Vaush being either a DGG'er or a fascist or a Yankee. And I don't think, for instance, Mike from PA hits any of those notes. And I thought it was curious, and it seems like you're just going to kind of define everything as that. So,
Well, Mike from PA doesn't seem to attack like tanky ideology that much. He seems to be pretty
do
complacent.
you have to attack tanky ideology in order
I
to
mean,
not
yeah,
be a
if you want to
tanky?
be like,
In order to
I
not be a
mean,
tanky?
yeah, because I mean, I don't think being complacent with like these, fascists trying to assimilate within the leftist movement is
So you think if you do
a
not
good
push
idea.
back against tanky rhetoric, that makes you a tanky?
I mean, it makes you complacent.
Sure, but does that make you a tanky? Is what I'm asking.
No,
Okay, so if
but that
he's
makes
not
you
a tanky,
complacent.
he's not a fascist, and he's not a DGG'er, does he not fit your mold?
I mean, yeah, okay,
Okay,
I'll
cool.
concede that.
All right, and my politics are that I guess we could just, I'm a social democrat.
Ah, same here.
Okay, so how am I a tanky, a fascist, or a DGG'er?
Mm, Okay, yeah, that's a stupid point. Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
Enjoy your stay.
Why were you so upset about, like, people shitting on Vaush if you're a SocDem?
Well, I don't know. I'm more like an actual SocDem. I'm not like just bootlicking for capitalism, but with welfare or whatever.
What do
I
you
want
wait?
actual socialism,
Wait,
but
wait, hold on. What do you think?
SocDem.
Yeah, what do you think as a SocDem is?
Well, it's somebody who wants
Enjoy your stay.
more like a welfare state within like a capitalist system is
Yeah,
what I would imagine it to be like.
so
So that's
how are
stuff like
you a
free
SocDem
healthcare
when
and
you yeah, how are you a SocDem when you just shit on capitalism with a lot of welfare and safety nets?
well, I'm more like a socialist who thinks that socialism in its like in the current age is like unachievable. So I
Okay.
just use SocDem as a
Are you a
as an
capitalist or
achievable.
not?
No, but I think a SocDem society is way better than the current society we have and way more achievable
Okay.
than a socialist society
I think
in the current
most
age.
people, even Destiny himself, agrees that socialism or communism would be really fucking cool if it actually fucking worked.
I mean, it could work. It just it'll take a long time,
But yeah, that would be the
lots of
point of
reform.
disagreement is whether or not it can work, right?
Well, there would have to be lots of like reform over like decades, but yeah, it could eventually work.
That could be a
I
point
don't,
of disagreement.
I don't
Okay,
think
so
I don't think
I,
capitalism for the end of time
I,
is sustainable.
okay. So I just want to hear, like, what made you so upset specifically?
I don't know. It's just that like I don't think we should be like attacking people in bad faith, especially when you're like comparing them to Destiny, which is pretty fucking bad faith, dude.
How was that bad faith to compare him to Destiny?
I don't know. Destiny's a fucking lunatic, and Vaush isn't.
Okay, let's hear how Destiny's a lunatic and Vaush isn't. Because you just compared Destiny to Vaush in that very statement that you said that we shouldn't be comparing Destiny to Vaush.
Well, I mean, have you seen Destiny's tweets? So do we really need to go over this?
Sure, why not? Enlighten me.
I mean, I don't look at Destiny's tweets all that often because I'm not like, obsessed or anything.
Then why did
but,
you
like,
just say about his tweets? So just don't preface it by like backing off of it. Tell me the tweets that you see. You can't just be like, "Well, have you seen his tweets?" Well, I haven't seen very many tweets.
Wasn't it that one tweet where he called trans people mentally ill? I mean, that's like pretty bad.
Didn't
Or,
Vaush
like,
just
compared
agree in
it
the
to,
video?
like,
Didn't Vaush just agree in this video that there is a staggering amount of mental illness inside of the trans community that we literally just watched not but like 10 minutes ago?
I mean, Vaush kind of like backed off that point though.
He did not. He literally doubled down and said, I have the defense that ContraPoints even made this claim earlier than me, that when it comes to these online communities of trans people, there is an overwhelming amount of mental illness, probably as a result of trauma that they've experienced from transphobia. And that there is mental illness inside of that community.
I don't think he's saying being trans is like mentally ill.
He never did. That is correct. But neither did Destiny.
I mean, he strongly implied it though.
You could argue so is Vaush strongly implying it whenever he goes off about it.
I mean, the only way you could say Vaush strongly implied that would be like to take his like statements out of context.
I don't think so. Okay, so wait. Then can you point to me where Destiny said overtly every trans person is mentally ill because they're trans?
Well, it's strongly implied. He doesn't like overtly say that.
Yeah, where?
I don't know. There's that one random fucking tweet, bro. It's like, I'm not...
Which random fucking tweet?
It's probably deleted by now. He fucking deletes all of his tweets. Like,
I don't think he deletes very. Well, maybe he does. I don't know how many. I don't know how many tweets. Like what? Can you name me like 2 tweets he's deleted, or even 1? Let's start with 1.
I don't fucking know.
Okay, so I know he gets his Twitter deleted. Is that what it?
Do you think I'm like terminally online on Twitter, bro? Like, no.
You're online enough to be able to say that Destiny's a lunatic. I think you should probably have some examples of why a human is a lunatic if you hold that position. For instance, I hold the position that Hassan seems to be a really shitty person. Vaush seems to be inconsistent and unbelievably unreceptive to criticism and literally like a baby when it comes to anybody saying anything bad about him. Mike from PA is literally a man-child who cannot take any criticism, cannot even take people agreeing with him as long as he can step on them for numbers. And I would substantiate any of these things.
Okay. But I mean, have you seen his subreddit?
Is he his subreddit? What do you mean?
I mean, he fucking Destiny bans like people all the time from his subreddit if it's slightly disagreeing with him.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold up.
Destiny deletes all his tweets every month or so, using the redact thing.
Does he really? Okay, my bad. I don't know that. Okay, so I was told that Destiny deletes all of his tweets after a month or so with the redact thing. I don't know. I didn't know that, but apparently people... wait, don't say yes. You didn't know that either, okay? My chat had to come in and say...
Yeah, I did.
So then why, when I asked you for an example of him deleting a tweet, you couldn't give me one?
Because I said he fucking deletes his tweets all the time. That's what I said.
And I asked you for one example, and my chat had to bail you out.
One example? Yeah, let me pull up an example real quick.
Like my chat just did with the redact.dev thing, deleting all of his old tweets? Yes, that's exactly what you would do.
This is like very soy, dude. Like, oh, bring up an example.
Wait.
Like,
how is it soy to ask for somebody to bring up examples of something
bring up
happening
an example.
Any normal person would be able to do this.
Fact checked.
Yeah, if you're going to make a claim, you should probably be able to substantiate that claim. Am I in another reality? Of course.
I can't substantiate the claim because he bans his, like, he fucking deletes his tweets all the time.
Isn't it weird that you just said that you weren't able to substantiate the claim that you made, yet my chat, who didn't make the claim, were able to?
But I didn't say, oh, maybe he bans all of his tweets. I said, yeah, he definitely bans all of his tweets.
Right, and you had
That's
no
what I said.
evidence, you had no
Well,
reasoning to be
bro,
able
the
to back
amount of
that up,
bad
and my
faith
chat
right
had to
now.
bail you out.
The amount of bad faith right now, holy shit.
I don't think this is bad faith. I think it's just
This is
kind of weird that
incredibly
you're
bad
acting.
faith. You're like
Okay.
you're like reading into my words, and you're like trying to pressure me into like a different like.
Yeah, reading into
point.
your words, like, you know, reading into the fact that you said somebody was a lunatic and haven't given me a single reason why they are. Yeah, my bad.
Well, I mean,
that's on me. You know what? As a matter of fact, you're a
have
lunatic,
you, I mean,
dude.
have you seen the Demonmama drama? I mean, like he basically like obsesses over Demonmama like for fucking months because he lost in a debate against her. So
I don't
mean,
know.
that's
What are you
pretty
talking
fucking-
about? Which debate
you
are
don't
you
know
referencing?
about the Destiny Demonmama drama?
I've seen Destiny and Demonmama interact with each other a lot. Who the fuck is in here?
I'm
Take note
just here to
that
listen,
this
don't
is
worry.
the smartest
Oh my god, Dylan, get the fuck out of here.
What? Nothing in here? Is that you banning me from coming in here now?
Yeah, I am, dude.
Damn.
What are you referring to when you're talking about the Destiny Demonmama stuff? Because they've interacted
Well,
more
I
than
mean,
once.
I remember Destiny making a tweet where he was like basically fat shaming Demonmama, if I remember
Fat shame.
correctly. Yeah. I mean, he said some pretty fucked up things about Demonmama. Like, honestly, it's like borderline transphobic how much he like obsesses over Demonmama.
Hold
to
on,
be honest.
obsessing over somebody who is trans, does that make you transphobic? Okay.
I mean, yeah, kind of when you like aggressively hate this person. I mean, like the lengths he's like gone to, like
Hold on,
basically
hold
every
on.
fucking stream.
Substantiate that. Did you say so? Depending on how much you hate somebody that is trans, that makes you transphobic. Is that what you said?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so you would agree Vaush is transphobic.
No.
He hates Blair White, does he not?
Well, I mean, Blair White hates herself, so.
Okay, so that's literally transphobic. If you want to actually be serious, so cool.
Okay. Why are you defending Blair
Sure,
White?
100. I hate one person. I hate the group.
This is unreal. So in one
we got you there, Ahrelevant.
yeah, I mean, he got me right. Like in one sentence, you're like obsessing over a trans person is transphobic. I bring up the argument of Blair White. You literally are transphobic to Blair White, and then you say I'm being weird because I'm defending Blair White from transphobia. Man, the left is.
If I'm quote
Full
unquote transphobic towards Blair White, then I guess transphobia isn't a problem then because
Really? Is that the position
word
you're
doesn't
really
mean
taking?
anything anymore.
That it's cool to be
Yeah.
transphobic to people that we don't like?
No, but I mean, I wasn't transphobic towards Blair White.
You literally
so,
okay?
like,
Then explain to me why you said that she hates herself.
Well, I mean, she was basically sold herself out to like the conservative like fan base.
What if she's just a conservative?
Well, I mean, that would be pretty stupid since
Yeah. Do you think maybe she's just dumb rather than literally like?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's stupid.
No,
She's
a
not.
girl.
She doesn't
100
hate
classic.
herself.
Vaush argument might makes
You
right.
you can't substantiate that. Maybe she's just
Wait,
a conservative.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure, go for it.
Sure.
So, quick question. Would you apply the same logic to Larry Elder? Would you say Larry Elder hates himself because he traditionally has political views that wouldn't align with the majority of black people believe, which is what you're doing with Blair Wright right here. So you would apply this to Larry Elder or any black Republican, so all black Republicans hate
Who
themselves?
the fuck is Larry Elder, bro?
Larry, he's a black conservative trying to become governor of California. Or I could just do Candace Owens would be another example of a black Republican, or really any of them.
Okay.
I just want to know if you think they're race traitors or not. Because if like Blair Wright is like I guess a trans traitor for having, you know, what I
I
believe
mean,
is
yeah,
despicable ways of
they've
oppressing
sold themselves out to like the conservative fan base to like.
So they're
growth
race
and stuff
traitors.
like that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay,
Can I
got
ask?
it.
Are you white?
That's all I wanted.
Can I ask? Are you white?
I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry. That was just for my own. That was just for my own memes.
I don't get. Are
yeah,
you like racist right now? Like. Me
But
being,
yeah, I'm the
is me
racist
being
one right
white
now.
being
Yeah,
racist right now?
yes,
Damn, I
yes.
mean, Vaush had a
I
debate
am
with that
being
black
racist.
separatist. Maybe
Yes.
you'll agree with that
Yeah,
black separatist.
you know, it's
if he
actually
makes
pretty
jokes
funny.
like
That black
though.
separatist literally said that I was simping for white people, and he called me the C word because of it. But okay, all right, so that's pretty funny. But anyway, right? Like, oh, I'm sorry, you don't know what the C word is. It's a racial slur. Okay.
Oh, it's cracker, yeah.
It's literally not. Like, this is what I mean. You just actually don't. Yeah, you don't know what the C word is. So anyway, like, it's really weird. Apparently, a lot of people don't know what it is. It's literally not cracker, but okay. Anyway.
Oh,
like,
you're talking about the other C word.
yes,
Okay.
the C word for black people is what I'm referencing. Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. Obviously, somebody wouldn't call me a cracker. I am not white. So yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But anyway. All right, that was just a meme, okay? It's just a meme, so you can relax about that shit. I was just curious because I think I genuinely push back against this shit. I don't like the race traitor, the trans traitor shit. Maybe they're just conservatives. Maybe they just think that like conservative ideology is just the more based ideology.
They're obviously like grifting, or they're obviously like
No, they're-
selling themselves out.
No, they're okay.
Like,
So grifting.
They're
what do you
obviously
think-
selling themselves out. It's like, oh, I'm the one good trans person. Look, every other trans person is bad. Like, that's
Do you know?
Blair White
Can you
in a
explain to me
nutshell,
what
basically.
grifting is?
Well, grifting is actually no, I can't explain
Oh,
that.
there
You
you
got
go.
me.
Oh yeah. Okay. So allow me to try and explain to you what grifting is. What grifting is when I hold a position in private that is incongruent with what I push in public, usually in exchange for some kind of monetary gain or social status gain or what have you, or political gain, right? Which could be considered social status. That's what grifting is. So, like, for instance, a form of grifting would be if I truly do believe that black people and white people are equal, but right now fascism's on a rise, so I start peddling fascist ideas and saying that, like, white people are better than black people, so that way I can gain a bunch of money and clout. That would be grifting. You cannot provide any evidence that Blair White just isn't a conservative, or that many black conservatives aren't just conservatives.
Purposely like edited her political compass results on that one video on her second
Q100
channel.
if you buy a
Do you
giant
remember
house
that
as a
drama?
socialist and don't give to charities.
No, I don't remember that drama at all. No.
Well, whatchamacallit? There's the videos out there, but like basically all of her answers would align her on the live left quadrant on the political compass in the video. But then she looked up. You can actually see in the tabs of the Google search that she looked up how to like rig it, and so she would be I think it was live right. I don't know, the purple quadrant or whatever.
Okay.
So yeah, that would be an example of grifting.
I don't think that would necessarily be an example of grifting.
I mean, it clearly is though, because I mean, she like got live left, and then that would look bad for her audience, and everyone would like call her like a liberal or whatever, right? So she purposely like faked the results.
If that was, that's not even necessarily true. I mean, you get people like, your Dave Rubin types or whatever that talk about how they're left on this and they're left on that issue, but the left is failing them and shit like that. So no, I don't buy that. I don't think that's enough, but I mean, I'll accept it as something that's definitely sus, if that's what you want to say.
I mean, yeah, maybe, okay, I can see that maybe it's not all to say she's a grifter, but like, it's definitely pretty damnable evidence against her.
Okay, so I just want to hear how Blair White hates herself.
Well, I mean, there was that one debate panel she went on with those two other conservatives when there was that one, I don't know, it was a fucking conservative lady, right? And she was like saying some like really transphobic stuff to Blair White, and Blair White basically just stood there and like took it and offered no pushback. I don't know if you remember that.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I went home to like family like Thanksgiving, right? And we're all around the
Sure.
fire, all the Burns families, we got a lovely turkey, right? And then one of my family member looks at me and says, "Look at that queer race mixer over there. Disgusting." Right? And
Yep.
I'm just like, "Okay." And I just like go along with my day. Do I hate myself?
I mean,
Or
no, but
or is it
this
that I'm
this
non-confrontational and Blair White was just non-confrontational with conservatives and didn't know how to stick up for herself in that scenario with no one backing her
you
up?
should probably stick up for yourself, especially if it's the internet.
It's not. We're not talking about should you stick up for yourself. We're talking about whether or not you are self-hating if you do not stick up for yourself.
I mean, yeah, kind of. You probably should, stick up for yourself if you're
So everybody that doesn't stick up for
getting called a
themselves.
man by a conservative on the same debate panel.
Okay, let's take another example. ISIS walks into a Yazidi village, enslaves all the women, does terrible, terrible, terrible things. The men couldn't do anything. They didn't stick up for themselves. Do they all hate themselves, or was it they didn't have the means to, didn't know how to? I mean, I feel like you couldn't extrapolate this logic to literally any other scenario. Just because you can't defend yourself, or you don't know how to defend yourself, or you don't know how to stick up for yourself, doesn't mean you hate yourself, right? If I got mugged and I didn't do anything to stop it because I didn't have the power to or didn't know how to, does that mean I wanted to be mugged or I hated myself? Like,
There's just two pretty different scenarios. Like,
is
one's
it like
one,
if there was a scenario where there was a, let's say, a black person in class and a classmate
Discord, not
racially
yours. It
abuses
was
them in some
really,
manner,
really
and this
bad.
stuff happens all across the country. This happens all across the country all the time, and they get abused and they don't know how to stick up for themselves, or they don't stick up for themselves, or they feel pressured by some force, either it's peer pressure or nothing, to say nothing about it. Do they hate themselves, or do they not have the means to defend themselves, or do not know how to in the scenario?
well, I mean, if
Tier
they live in
100,
like
the
a
analogy
racist
isn't the
school,
exact same, so
then they probably don't have the means to like defend themselves without
And
getting
was she on a
expelled.
very woke
My
panel
Discord,
where there was a
so
lot of
I'm
woke
gonna mute my
audiences that could have
Discord. My
helped her
Discord
there? Or
again.
was it like one woman who ran
I
for
mean,
like
it
Senate in
was
Delaware who was a well-known transphobe and homophobic person who's she said some like terrible stuff. Then there's John Doyle, which I don't know if you think John Doyle's gonna pick up the flag for trans rights. Nobody there was gonna really stick up for her in a major way.
Oh, I mean, you probably stick up for yourself then. I mean, it's not
Yeah,
the
so
same.
the
It's not the.
problem
It's not the
wasn't that
same
she
as.
hates
It's not.
herself. The
It's not the
problem is
same.
that she couldn't stick up for herself.
You
That's
should have a
different.
fucking spine, dude. It's the
Well,
internet.
that's a
It's like
different
a
criticism, though.
debate
So
panel.
wait. That's a different criticism. That's a criticism of sticking up for yourself, not hating yourself.
But it's a debate panel, though. It's not like a
So yeah, no,
racist
but that
school
doesn't
or
mean anything.
anything.
That means nothing. That still doesn't mean she hates herself. If I lose a debate, that doesn't mean I hate myself. It just means I'm not a good debater.
Okay.
So just say she's not a good debater or she's spineless. Don't say
She's
that she hates herself.
okay. She's spineless.
Okay, there you go.
Do you understand where Dylan was coming from on that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, do you agree that it is bad to probably start throwing out accusations that people hate themselves because they either can't defend themselves or don't defend themselves in a specific situation, or if they have political affiliations or political leanings that you believe are not in line with their what you would consider to be their group's proper advocacy? So like a conservative trans person or a conservative black person, do you think that like saying that those people hate themselves is probably a bad thing to do?
I mean, there's still probably grifters, but yeah, probably.
Again, how could you call them grifters? You have no idea what maybe they're just genuinely conservatives.
Well, if they are genuinely conservative, then they're like brain dead. Basically, they're very stupid.
Cool, you can call them stupid, but they're not grifters.
Okay, but most of them probably are.
You have no... Okay, how are you getting to most of them probably are? I want to know how some black conservative in fucking, Minnesota is, like, grifting. What kind of money is he getting out of being a black conservative?
That's a good point, actually. But I mean, we could probably agree Candace Owens a grifter, right?
I genuinely don't know. She might actually just be a black conservative.
There's receipts.
Okay, I mean, I don't.
She used to run that fucking website where she constantly shit talked Trump.
It sounds like you're stalking Candace Owens quite a bit there. Could I call you a racist for stalking a black person for a long period of time?
Damn.
I mean, I don't know. I probably watched the video down the line or something. That's not really.
I have.
Like,
I've watched
stalking.
plenty. I've
Just
watched
just
plenty
knowing,
of
just
videos.
knowing a bit about a person's past and like stalking or anything.
Right. So, do you think that like engaging with somebody in conversation, like Destiny did with Demonmama, is probably not transphobic?
It wasn't conversation. It was more like targeted hatred.
Can you point me towards the targeted hatred?
No.
Okay, so then how did you... What reasoning are you coming to saying targeted hatred then?
I don't know. That's just what it feels like, you know.
Do you think that we should probably be going off of a little bit more than what it feels like when we're making sweeping claims?
I thought you hated Destiny anyway. I don't know why you like defending them so hard.
I don't hate Destiny.
Oh, you're a DGG'er then. Got it.
Is that the binary? If I don't
That's
hate
the binary.
Destiny,
Yeah.
I love Destiny? Okay.
Hey, wait. Can I ask you a question? Do you think I'm a DGG'er because I came in here and I did this?
No.
Okay.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
having him on your debate panel or whatever doesn't make you a DGG'er. So,
Okay, so what makes someone a DGG'er?
you know, someone who watches Destiny or like agrees with his points.
So you don't agree with any of Destiny's points whatsoever?
Well, I mean, agree with most of his points. I didn't say agree with like just any one of his points.
Okay, how do you know I agree with most of Destiny's points? Because you just claimed I was a DGG'er.
I mean, you seem to have a pretty bad case of Vaush derangement syndrome, so yeah, that would be a DGG thing.
What make... Wait. Again, how do you know I'm not a Mike fan?
Because you said before that you thought he was a man-child.
Yeah.
He's
why
also
are we
not a
talking about
bot,
Mike
and that
and
would be
PA?
pretty good evidence as well.
Like, okay, so yeah, sure, that's fair. How do you know I'm not just a fan of Hasan? I think he's a wannabe Hasan.
Why are we talking about Hassan?
Because you have, for some reason, this idea that the only group of people that can hate Vaush is DGG'ers. And I don't hate Vaush, by the way.
And
I just think he's
tankies
really...
and fascists.
Sure. But I already disproved this by Mike from PA himself hating Vaush, and he isn't a tanky, a fascist, or a DGG'er.
I mean, as I've said before, he's as stupid as a tanky, though.
Again, you can't use that as heavy lifting, because then I could say everybody's a conservative. That isn't me, because everybody's an idiot compared to me. It's like, oh, look, everybody's a conservative. That's not how language works, all right? You're not a conservative just because you're dumb. You're not a fascist just because you're dumb. And you're not a DGG'er or, you know, a Mike from, well, maybe Mike from PA fan.
Well,
if you're
not
dumb.
all dumb people are fascists, but all fascists are dumb, right?
Sure. So why is it that when you say he's as dumb as a tanky, that makes him a tanky? Because not all dumb people are tankies, but you can make
I
the
didn't
claim
say
that
he
all
was a tanky. I just say he was complacent in it.
Okay, so then he breaks your mold. So not everybody who doesn't like Vaush is a tanky fascist or DGG'er. Hence Mike from PA.
Okay. But he's at least complacent. So.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree. He lets tankies roll through his chat. I don't disagree with that. But he's not any of those things. I just don't know why you're being so weird about all of these claims.
Just like how, let's say, Hassan's probably pretty complacent towards tankies in his chat as well. I don't know if you would agree with that.
I don't know.
Not.
He literally, like, didn't he go on a banning spree of tankies?
Did he?
Yeah, didn't he ban the conversation of, like, Uyghur genocide inside of his Discord because a bunch of people were being weird?
I don't even know I don't even think he
I think
even
so.
engages with his Discord anymore.
Yeah, well, I've seen a lot of rhetoric from him that could tacitly support it, but I've seen a lot more overt denouncing of tankies from Hassan. Okay, I wouldn't put Hassan or Mike from PA in nearly the same category. But anyway,
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, right? I just want to get to the point specifically, some of the claims that you're making, okay, about me and as well as, like, Destiny in this, because you've made several claims that you just refuse to back up. I'm just wondering where the fuck those come from. Okay, so let's start with me, okay? When you got heated because you said that I was, like, hating Vaush, what did you mean? How was I hating Vaush?
Well, it seemed like you were like taking his statement out of like bad faith.
How was I doing that?
Like, well, you're claiming he was comparable to Destiny. I mean,
He was.
No.
How was he not?
I mean, no, he isn't.
How
Fuck
was he not?
DGG in YouTube chat B.
How is he not? Because
Yeah,
he isn't.
his
I mean,
state. Okay, that's not an
Damn, he got you
argument.
there, Ralph.
Yeah, it's not an argument. So
Fucking
his defense of his position of where he had an extremely transphobic take, running the gauntlet of transphobia, right? Talking about how they're mentally ill and they're terminally online and all of this shit, right? Running the gauntlet of it, he's like, yeah, I take that shit back, but I have a bunch of trans people in my community that said X, Y, and Z, that I don't have to do X, Y, and Z, and it sounded exactly like the defense that Destiny gave. So why couldn't I make the argument that they sound the same?
didn't he ultimately conclude that? I think I was watching this VOD or whatever a couple of days ago. Didn't he ultimately conclude that what his language is really cringe in that clip?
Yeah. And then he also said, though, that there is quite a bit of mental illness in the online trans community, unfortunately, and not that all trans people are like mentally ill or that it's a mental illness, but that there's
I don't think having a mental illness makes you bad or anything.
Nor do I. So
I
that's
don't
not
think
what.
Vaush was saying that was a bad thing, though.
Do you think that Destiny was?
I mean, yeah, the way he constantly calls people mentally ill when he like disagrees with them and stuff like that.
Do you think that maybe Vaush does that?
I mean, not anymore, no.
Really?
Yeah, not really.
Have you heard Vaush talk about tankies?
Yeah, kinda.
And you don't think that we could find anything where he alludes to subhuman or anything like this for any group of people?
Well, I mean, how many like years ago?
How about this year?
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Really?
then that's pretty bad then. I mean, I don't think you should call anyone you disagree with mentally ill. That's pretty fucked up.
What about
I
subhuman?
mean, if he did actually, yeah, that's also pretty fucked up too.
Okay, so if you think that this is happening, right? This is happening between both parties. Why isn't this comparable? Why isn't it a comparable thing that I could say they have similar responses to?
Because I mean, the Destiny's like currently doing it, like right now. Like, I mean, I don't think he's gonna stop very soon or whatever. I mean, he'll probably keep calling people mentally ill until he stops streaming. I mean, yeah.
I mean, didn't
I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything from about Vaush like seeing people like mentally ill
really?
in like
Okay,
a while.
what about the the BLM protests? He wasn't calling any cops subhuman.
Was he?
Yes, he was. Okay, hold up. I want to make a point out of this. Hold up, just 1 second. So this person that did this in the middle of this conversation, that's a 1 day. All right? Congratulations, 24 hours. I want to make a point out of this. If I'm having a discussion or some shit like this and you decide it's your moment to be able to put in an actual like TTS spam, you're just a fucking idiot, okay? You're fucking it up for everybody, all right? Fuck you. That's a 24-hour. Okay. So like, yeah, you don't think that his rhetoric during the BLM protests about cops was pretty fucking bad? Like him saying
was that this year or was it last year?
I mean, some of it pushed over into this year.
Well, I think I started watching him around November last year, but I haven't watched every like stream of his and like every video. I'm not like that obsessed or anything.
Okay. I don't know why you're making these broad sweeping generalizations when like it seems like you don't have
I mean, if it only happened in like January, February this year, then like I'm just saying, like that's probably why I haven't heard about it.
Okay.
I don't think calling cops subhuman is like a good thing anyway. It's pretty bad. So if he did say that, then that's pretty cringe.
Okay. All right. So we can move away from that specific thing then. Would you say then that makes it then that's the reason why you think Destiny is worse than Vaush is because he uses subhuman more liberally?
Yeah, like I mean, and he currently does it a lot.
Okay, but how does that affect his response to the claim of transphobia? That's what I was comparing. So the way that Vaush reacts to the claim of transphobia and the way that Destiny did was the same. And the claim was actually exactly the same.
Yeah, but I feel like Destiny means mental illness in more like a bad way.
Well, no, Destiny said that, here, do we have the quote again? Does somebody in chat have the quote again? It was literally that he's just going to stop engaging with trans communities online because they have, like, nothing to offer him. Like, they say nothing.
Disgusting.
Okay, but you know that, like...
I don't think Vaush has said that, so...
He has not said that verbatim, correct. However, what he has said is that he would stop engaging with these
100
people.
is saying subhuman bad subbers are really good.
He said that he stopped engaging with these online left woke schooled people, or more specifically,
I mean, are you
on
calling
the
every
LGBT.
trans person a work scold?
I never did that. I'm just trying to draw an analogy, okay? Not an equivocation.
But you were saying that it's comparable to Destiny saying he weren't engaged with the trans community and Vaush saying he weren't engaged with leftist work.
Do you think if I compare if I compare white people to black people, that means white people are black people?
No.
Okay, cool. So I don't know why you're talking right now. So I'll start again. So when Destiny made that claim about trans communities not having anything worth, whatever his worth his time online, anything to draw from, right? Online. And Vaush is actively going through and saying these online LGBT communities and woke schooled communities offer him no benefit for critique and anything like this. Do you think that maybe the extrapolation of Vaush's argument could be that Vaush could reasonably say, I'm not going to engage with these communities online anymore? Because they're both critiquing online trans people. Vaush saying online trans people have pressing amounts of mental illness that might cause them to be able to engage inside of certain activities that would make them otherwise less palatable to his arguments or what have you. And Destiny saying the exact same thing. Do you think that Destiny's tweet is literally could be seen as an extrapolation of the argument itself?
I guess. I mean, they're not comparable there.
Why not?
I don't know.
So the way that I view it is that they are extremely comparable. Vaush's statement that these online communities are, what did he say? These communities, they're just they just nip at his feet while he's in they're like fish in a pond and they're nipping at his feet, and he learned to get over it and shit like that. And that was the moral of the story. Was that he figured out ways to handle their critique and get over it and get past it. Couldn't you just make the argument that Destiny just simply didn't want to deal with those, I think the analogy was fish at his feet. He doesn't want to deal with that anymore, and so he just decided not to.
Vaush was saying that he was not going to engage with leftist work scolds. Like Destiny said, all trans community, they're not the same thing.
Okay, so
wait. He didn't say all trans community. Didn't he say trans community online specifically?
He did say trans community online. So,
but I mean, considering how terminally online Destiny is, that's basically the trans community to him. So,
okay, if you want to make that claim, do you think Vaush is terminally online?
I mean, aren't we all?
Okay, so if you want to make the claim that we're just all terminally online, then I guess sure. I mean, I think it's a bit of a projection.
I
but-
mean, I don't know about you, but have you engaged in like mutual aid? I mean, I haven't.
I mean, I canvassed.
I manage my mayor's mayoral campaign.
Yeah, Dylan is not the right guy to talk to about this one.
Oh, I wasn't talking to Dylan. I was talking to
so-
you.
I mean,
Relevant, so-
Dylan runs a Twitch stream. He is a streamer, so he would
Yep,
fit
the
into
main
this
source of
category.
income.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Early
So-
work as political consultant. You know?
Okay.
Also
so-
on the Tree and Landscape Board, Environmental Committee. I'm possibly running for office this Thursday. I mean,
Oh, nice.
Well,
by the
that's
way.
great.
If that's actually happening, be sure to
not city council. It's like a local like citizens association like treasurer thing. It's not like whoa, you know.
Hey, it's a
Well,
start and it's cool. You'll have to tell me
you're
how that
doing
goes.
better than most of the leftists online.
True.
But I'm terminally online though, you know.
Yeah, but he's terminally online. Right. So that
Femboys and video games.
yes, exactly. There you go. So yeah, so I mean, I won't touch the terminally online thing, I guess, if that's your definition of terminally online. The only reason why I'm just kind of curious is because I think that
1,000. No, I don't have time for streams. So here is all money. Thanks for content, dude.
thank you, Rob. I'm just wondering, okay? All right, so bear with me here. Do you understand then where some of the frustration of some of these people might be coming from when you make a claim? Like, for instance, Destiny is a lunatic, and then when we ask you for evidence that you say, like, I don't know, just look at his stuff. Do you see where people's frustration could be?
Well, I mean, I'm not really a good debater, so
Well, it's not even necessarily about being a good debater, because there's a difference
if
between...
people are frustrated with me, that's fine. Like I'm seeing the chat right now, people are calling me like
It-
brain dead and stuff
it's
like
not
that.
it's
so it's
sure, and I wouldn't read chat. It's not about people being frustrated at you, nor do I believe it's about necessarily being a good debater, because I would like to say I've made some accommodations for you not being a good debater, but not very many. I'll take that criticism. But it's about not having any evidence for a claim. Do you understand that? That's different from like being a good debater.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's probably something I'm doing wrong. Yeah.
Okay, so like, do you have any kind of critique that you have evidence for that we could talk about? Because you came into my chat room, just to remind everybody, you came into my chat room, said that we were you insinuated the entire time that I was a tanky. I thought you were like lost. I didn't know who you thought you were talking to, and then you said
Well,
it
I
was
was technically lost since I randomly got recommended your channel. So yeah, I guess I was lost.
sure, but yeah, I don't think it's the best idea that anybody that disagrees with Vaush on anything that you go through and then call them, a tanky. I don't think that's probably
Okay, yeah,
the
that's
best.
probably bad.
Right. And so when I called you in here, right, I'm just looking for evidence of a claim. So is there any claim that you can give me evidence for that you have made thus far, or that you want to make right now, to the effect that...
I mean, I would have to actually get that, and that would be like really annoying.
So then,
I mean,
if
you
you're
could
really...
look it up for
Okay,
yourself, though.
so if you're really annoyed by gathering evidence for the claims that you make, do you think that you probably shouldn't make these claims in the first place?
Well, I mean, it was just like a random like Twitch comment. Like I was expecting you to ban me. I wasn't expecting you to debate me.
Okay, do you think that, like, just because at this point what you're just saying is you came in to troll my chat, do you think that, like, trolling people's chats are probably something that we should be encouraging?
No.
Okay, so
No,
then
it was
why'd you
funny,
do
though.
it?
I don't know, because I felt like it.
Okay, so then do you agree that you're just kind of, like, trolling people's chat for no good reason?
I mean, okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, buddy. All right. Is there anything else you wanted to say to me, dude?
No, not really.
Is there anything else you wanted to say, Dylan? Nice input, Dylan. Okay.
Oh no, I just wanted to say I love your content, Dylan, by the way. Great content you do.
Yeah, it is good content, indeed. All right. Oh, no.
Listen, there's not enough people in this call, so I'm here to save the call.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
I have something I want to say.
This is
okay?
not a Mindwave stream.
I want to know. I want to know how old you are.
I'm
We're dying to
19.
know. Okay. That checks out perfectly.
Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Come on, bro. Come on, dude.
I mean, my age probably makes
Come
me
on,
not like
dude.
great at these like things or anything, but like I don't really see how.
Come
I mean,
on.
I don't think calling me brain dead and stupid is like a very good thing to do. But okay.
I don't think it's a good thing to do either, but I also think that, like, coming into a chat room and calling everybody in the chat room tankies because you want to troll is probably something that would naturally lead to you being called brain dead when you provide no evidence for that claim, no?
Okay, true. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, if you want to avoid being called brain dead, probably get evidence for your claims would probably be my
Sure, 100.
first go-to.
Get this guy the fuck out of here.
Okay, thank you.
All right, buddy. I'll see you later.
Okay,
All right.
bye.
Bye.